My first thought was that this might be the singular and plural verb rule. We have the plural verb have. But if I look at these other choices, they really don't have that property of being singular or plural. They're just weirder versions, specifically ing versions. So this is probably the to and ing rule that I keep talking about as I go over this test. It's a weird one, but it basically just means think about sentence structure. Where's the sentence begin and end? There's going to be all sorts of things to confuse us. I see one right here because we do have a double dash. And remember, a double dash is used to insert something into the sentence. So we kind of want to ignore that as we're reading. So let's actually do that. Let's just ignore that as we read. And so that means this part is going to pick up with the blank. So let's kind of read that. Several advantages blank acoustic waves as a promising alternative to electric waves for transmitting data on computer chips. And then there's a semicolon. So that means there's a period there. So that's nice. As a result, researchers are investing in developing more acoustic wave-based chips. Okay. So here, I guess let's just try out the choices. Several advantages have positioned acoustic waves as a promising alternative. Okay. Sounds kind of weird, but I get it. Several advantages positioning acoustic waves as a promising alternative to electric waves for transmitting data on computer chips. The ing is not strong enough. So the ing is a verb we use when we're adding extra information. It cannot be itself the main verb in a sentence, really. So it's not going to be good. And I think that's going to get rid of all of these choices because all three are going to make it seem like we are adding in an extra clause here when we're really not. This is the clause. This is the sentence, right? Several advantages by positioning acoustic waves as a promising alternative to electrical waves for transmitting data on computer chips. No, I've never gotten to my point. D, several advantages having positioned acoustic waves as a promising alternative to electrical waves for transmitting data on computer chips. No. Now, I don't think A sounds very good, to be honest. I think I would just want to say like several advantages positioned acoustic waves as a promising alternative. But that's how the SAT and PSAT work sometimes. They're purposely giving you something that doesn't sound the most natural, but is grammatically correct. And then they're hoping that by giving you something that's right, but sounds wrong, you are now less likely to pick the right answer, right? They don't want people to just keep getting the right answer because of what sounds good. You need to know the rules. And this rule is tricky. It's hard to even describe it, even though I know what rule it is. But it's about the sentence structure. So the best thing we can do is realize that part between the dashes is just extra. It is there to interrupt. It is there to disrupt the flow of the sentence. So we completely ignore it and we try to listen to the sentence without it. The same thing would be true if we had like parentheses. We're just ignoring it. It might be useful information. I don't really care. But in terms of the grammar of the sentence, it is extra. It is just getting in the way. Cross it out. Read what you've got from there. And my hope would be that A, even if it doesn't sound great, sounds better than the other three.